Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This pick a card reading is going to take a look at your person. That could be a friend, a family member, a love interest. But what we're going to look at today is what is it that they never got a chance to say. So if you haven't as of yet chosen a card stack or a crystal on the table, go ahead and do that now. There are timestamps down below in the description box. You can go directly to the portion of the video that's going to take you to a picture clip and a video clip where you can pause where necessary on the screen and take as much time as you need in order to choose for your reading. If during that time you feel led to pick more than one card or crystal on the table, pick more than one if you feel it necessary to get the most out of your reading. Listening to your intuition that way is always going to be highly encouraged here, so pick more than one if you feel you need to. This is a love reading. So sometimes in love readings, roles can be reversed, flip-flopped, interchangeable, vice versa. There could be some things that I might say that would describe more of you. There might be other things that I say that describe your person. Consider that when you're watching. Take what resonates, obviously leave what doesn't. These readings are also timeless, so whether you watch it at the upload time or sometime later down the road, whenever it's placed into your awareness and you feel an intuitive nudge to watch, there indeed could be a message here for you. Nonetheless, these readings are general. I can't possibly expect to connect with the many of you that watch, although I hope you manage to find a message here. But what I always say is if this particular reading doesn't resonate or connect for you, maybe consider checking out my pick a card playlist. I have a bunch of readings I've already done on different topics, including love. You might find another message somewhere in there for you instead. And let's say you've explored my channel. Maybe you realize I'm not the reader for you. Maybe I'm not your cup of tea. Perhaps we don't connect that way. That is okay. I trust that, and I set the intention that when you leave this channel, you will somehow be led to find the messages and confirmation that you need on your journey at the time that you need it the most, because that's how the magic works. And I trust that it will always guide you where you need to be, and it will always guide you right and true. So with all that being said, Star Family, I will leave you here and I will meet you at your reading of choice. Pile number 1, viewers, you chose Malachite for your crystal. I'm going to put that there. This is your tarot deck. This is the Pagan Cat's Tarot, and it's a very mini deck. That's what I'll be using for you today. So we're going to be taking a look at what is it that your person never got a chance to say. So what was it that they never got a chance to say? Hold on, what is that? That flipped over. That is the King of Pentacles. So I don't know if your person perhaps is a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus person. Maybe that's you also somewhere in your chart. Definitely could be. But let's see, what else? What is it they never got a chance to say? Pile number 1, viewers. So we can get one more. Whoa, okay, so we have a lot more. We have the Star, and I'm gonna go over all of these for you. Let's see. All right, so let's look at this first. All right, so we have the King of Pentacles and the Devil card. Interestingly, because the King of Pentacles can represent Capricorn, and we have Capricorn energy here in the Devil card, right? We also have the 5 of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, wow, and the 2 of Wands as well, and then obviously the Star. Okay, so the interesting thing here is that the feeling that this gave me is your person never got a chance to explain or tell you how caught up and tied up they were. I don't know if with the 2 of Pentacles, they were juggling you and something else, or maybe even someone else. With the Devil card, they could have been trying to manage and juggle you and a job, you and another person, you and their struggles, right? With the 5 of Wands, they were tied up in something, and they never got a chance to fully explain or let you know how the feeling is disruptive the whole situation was that they were dealing with, and how they were fighting with themselves. Like one side of themselves was saying this, and then another side of themselves was saying another thing. I don't know if it was a battle between their mind and their heart in some way. I can see that definitely with the 5 of Wands and the juggling act of the 2 of Pentacles. Okay. For sure. They were caught up and tied up in something. I don't know if they were in trouble, and I will say that because of the Devil card. If they were tied up in a karmic relationship while maybe trying to entertain you, that's a possibility. Or again, caught up and tied up in a very oppressive job with the Devil card. Maybe they were fighting a vice that they were, you know, dealing with. Maybe their substance abuse, especially with the Devil card, they could have been struggling with at the time that they met you or at the time that you were with them. The King of Pentacles here is saying they wish things were more stable. What they never got a chance to say is that they wish their situation was more stable. They wish that they were more stable. They wish that they had their shit together, basically. Because that's what the King of Pentacles wants to do. It always wants to stabilize its situation and feel secure. But with the Devil card here, there was something that they weren't feeling very secure about. It could have been that they were insecure about themselves, and they never got a chance to fully explain their vulnerability to you in a way that you would understand. So the feeling is here, what I never got a chance to say to you was that I was struggling with something. I was fighting with myself. I was fighting with maybe other people, places, situations, addictions, perhaps, with the Devil card. I was struggling to try to balance my life, my time, my energy, my heart, and my mind. And I was struggling to find that stability. Because to me, the King of Pentacles next to the Devil is kind of out of balance in a sense. It's not stable. The Devil card is an energy where it can be very toxic. So I don't know if this person was treating you well, or if there was any kind of energy around them that was rubbing off on you in a negative way, or they were projecting onto you in a negative way. But the feeling is here, a lot of that negative projection was coming from something else that they were dealing with, and they never really got a chance to explain it to you or tell you in full, or be vulnerable with you enough to tell you the truth. So they never got a chance to tell you that they were dealing with these things. The 2 of Wands is also an indication of trying to make a choice. They were at a crossroads in their life. They never maybe got a chance to explain this to you, that they were dealing with a lot. They were struggling in their journey, maybe struggling to make a choice between you and someone else or something else. Maybe they couldn't balance what they were dealing with versus the relationship with you, and it just caused them a lot of struggle in their journey. Because it's like, here, the feeling is here's one path down the path with you, and then here's the other path, let's say with the 2 of Wands, right? Down the other path that's taking them down that dark road with the shadow energy of the Devil. And it could be that they were going through their shadow work and they were experiencing a dark night of the soul at the time that they were around you or with you, but they never got a chance to tell you that they were dealing with these things, that they were, the feeling is sorry, that they're sorry that they put you through this, that they couldn't really balance their journey and their life and everything that they were dealing with, while also trying to, I guess, the feeling is like, while also trying to cater to your needs. You know what I'm saying? Because the feeling is here, it's not that they weren't aware of what you needed. I think from these cards, it's like they were fully aware of what you needed, but they were struggling to provide that based on what they were dealing with, you see? So it's not that they were totally lacking emotional intelligence or not self-aware. It's just that they couldn't provide the stability that you were looking for and that you deserved at the time. And they never got a chance to really explain that, or at least be vulnerable enough to tell you that. So the energy of the 2 is really strong here, because there's two cards of 2, right? 2 coins, 2 of Wands. So again, it's a push and pull aspect. There's a mirroring aspect that could have been taking place between you as well. It just added to the Five of Wands energy. Number 5 is an energy of change. And it just added to all the shifts and changes that were happening. Maybe they were going through a lot of changes at the time, you know, when you were together. And there was a lot of push and pull back and forth. Couldn't see eye to eye. Couldn't meet on the same page in that sense. And the feeling is like a weeble wobble effect, right? Up and down. Lots of up and downs. 2 of Pentacles is an energy of sometimes tumultuous waters, in a sense where it's it vacillates, right? And it could be that from one day to the next they didn't know what they wanted. Maybe their emotions or their vibe was up and down all the time. It wasn't stable, wasn't reliable, even though it seems like they were trying to be, but they were dealing with a lot at the same time. So it made their energy with you fluctuate a lot. And it could be that you mirrored something in them, and that triggered a lot of their fluctuations, because sometimes, you know, we hold the mirror up to people, not to hurt them or harm them or anything like that. But we somehow, our souls tend to do that for each other on the journey, you know, and it is necessary in order for us all to grow. Somebody's going to eventually mirror us with something, right? And it could be that that's what happened. You perhaps mirrored them. Maybe you triggered a dark night of the soul in them with the Devil energy, and they had to transmute all that. Now, I know that I haven't gotten to the star yet, okay? But I'm gonna take it back to when I said that it's not that they weren't self-aware, okay? They were definitely self-aware of what it was that you needed, but they also knew they couldn't provide, okay? The feeling is here. You deserve that stability. I wasn't in a position to give it to you, and I'm sorry for that. There was a lot of change, struggle, strife between us. We couldn't be on the same page. We couldn't see eye to eye. We mirrored each other a lot. I wasn't opening up. I wasn't making myself vulnerable the way that I should have. I couldn't decide. I didn't know what I needed to do to make it work. I was pulled in 2 different directions, perhaps, with what I was dealing with. But that didn't keep me from seeing you as the star, or as the wish fulfillment, or as my wish fulfillment. It's this feeling of you were the star I didn't deserve at the time. In other words, I wasn't worthy of your light in some way. It could have been that you were the light and they were the dark, you know, or vice versa. I don't know. But there was some kind of polarity there between you and this person. And I know that the cards are so tiny. I hope that you can sort of see them. I kind of want to get in closer. It's a little better. So yeah, the feeling is here. You were the star to them. You were a guiding light, but the feeling is here. They weren't prepared to be led home. They had to go through the dark night of the soul. They had to work out those fluctuations. You know, it could have been just a scenario of bad timing, you know. The other thing with the star is that, you know, they had hoped that, you know, somehow they would be able to get over this and break the chains that bind, like within their mind, body, heart, and spirit. It's like they wanted to work on breaking free of those things that were creating limitation in them and struggle with the Five of Wands. They wanted to break out of the fluctuations that they were experiencing, and the instability, right? The juggling act that they were experiencing in their life, and come to a conclusion. But it's like it wasn't the right time. They had to go through that shadow work, I think, by the looks of it here, before they could kind of see the light. What's beautiful is that, you know, the star is here showing us that they are getting to a point in their journey now where they can see the light. There's a glimmer of hope, a glimmer of faith in their journey. The feeling is here. They've perhaps even gone through their awakening, which was something that they were struggling with at the time that it feels like when they were with you. They have reached the light, and they come out of the dark through the shadow onto the other side. And it's a beautiful energy. It's positive. It's a guiding force, right? And the feeling is here, they're following, you know, the signs, the synchronicities, the voice of spirit with the star energy now. And it could be, you know, that it could somehow lead back to you, because the star sometimes can talk about star-crossed lovers, or things that are at a distance from us, people that are at a distance from us, kind of without, or kind of out of reach, you know, because stars up in the sky, we can't reach for them. We can admire them, look at them, wish upon them, but we can't necessarily reach for them, right? But their energy reaches us, and that's also the feeling that the star energy is giving me. Their energy is reaching you vibrationally in some way at a distance. Maybe they're sending you good vibes. Maybe they're sorry for whatever went down and how it went down. But they wish, the feeling is here, I wish you well, and I never got a chance to tell you that I only wish the best for you with the star energy. So let's see if we can get a few cards here. Somebody was indecisive. Maybe their energy was indecisive as well, and that maybe put a kind of like a thorn in the side of the connection in some way. It feels like they couldn't make up their mind about something, and they couldn't decide maybe what they wanted. They knew what you wanted and needed, it feels like, though. But the feeling is I couldn't accommodate. That was the feeling that this was giving. They couldn't accommodate what it was that they knew you needed. A feeling is here, you were hoping they could be this King of Pentacles, stable, secure person. You know, and this energy of the Devil is definitely indicating they weren't at the time. They weren't that stable ground that you were seeking, whether it being a friend, a family member, or that, you know, they couldn't be that support perhaps, and reliable, right? They couldn't be reliable that way. The feeling is they've come through all this, or they worked through all that, and now the star is kind of like showing them something energetically, vibrationally, spiritually, that they were lacking, you know, in the journey at one time. So let's see. Achievement and good fortune. Limitations. Well, that makes sense with the Devil card, right? And what do we have here? Look at that. Old friends and good memories. Again, the feeling is here that they only wish you the very, very best. They have no hard feelings towards you, is a feeling here. They wish it could have been different, ended different in some way. But this card feels like, again, they're coming out of this energy of the Devil card. They're breaking out of those limitations, and they're on the right path now towards better things. It says achievement and good fortune, towards maybe, you know, the light. Like I said, the light energy that I was feeling from the star. It's like they've seen the light now. They've awakened. They've, you know, come into this elevated vibration. They're connected to their spirituality now, and whatever hard times they were going through, right, that shadow period is over, and they're now entering a period of better, of achievement, of good fortune. So they're on the right road, they're on the right path, they're healing. Maybe they cleaned up their act, maybe they stopped their vices, you know, they've worked on themselves, is the feeling here. They've gotten to a place where the fluctuations in their journey aren't as bad as they once were, and they're in a better place now. So let's see if I can get a final oracle card for everyone. And I forgot to take the cards out the box, so I'm doing that now. Let's see, final oracle card, pile number 1, viewers. Okay, let's see. Oh, wow. Soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this, and they will manifest physically. So again, I kind of had the feeling that they were trying to, like, I guess they were trying to make their way back, you know, in a sense, or follow the signs, the synchronicities. Maybe it'll lead back to you, right? They're definitely a soulmate. Whoever this is, they're definitely a soulmate, okay? And they are with you energetically is kind of the vibe that I was also picking up with the star energy. Like they're only sending you good vibes. So they're sending you love or energy, you know, positive vibes spiritually and energetically. And maybe some of you want to manifest this person back. Maybe they would like to manifest you. Again, they saw you as wish fulfillment. That's definitely a possibility here. Maybe, you know, it goes both ways. Perhaps maybe you both had to work through the shadow so you could eventually find yourselves on the path to one another, or with the stars energy, because it's guiding force, right? Being guided to one another again. So this is what I have for you, pile number 1 viewers. If you feel that this has helped and connected for you in some way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. If you want to take it a step further to support what I do here, check me out on my Etsy shop. The link to my Etsy store is down below. Pay me a visit. I have really cool things there that I make by hand. I paint, I make crystal jewelry, I crochet, I do a lot of different things. I'm a super creative person, so pay me a visit if you would like to support me further. Much love to you wherever you are. Take care and always keep shining. Pile number 2 viewers, you chose the strawberry quartz for your crystal. So I'm going to put that there. This is your card stack. This is the Everyday Witch Tarot. However, it is a very, very mini version of it. So we're looking at your person. What is it that they never got a chance to say? So let's see here. Your person, pile number 2 viewers. What is it that they never got a chance to say? Okay, there's one. Let's see here. One more card at least. And if I need more cards, I will definitely grab. So I'm going to keep the deck over here, but let's take a look. We have the Tower, King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, perhaps. Maybe that's you. Maybe that's someone else. But we have also the 10 of Cups. Okay, so interesting. I kind of want to take another one. I know this is weird. Maybe it's not weird. But the feeling here with the 10 of Cups is that they never got a chance. Before I go there, I am going to take another card, because I'm getting 2 scenarios here. Okay. One of them is positive, the other one is not so positive. But let's see. 7 of Wands. Okay. Now, what this is telling me is, for one, they never got a chance to fight for the relationship, is the feeling here with the 7 of Wands, especially because it's a combative energy. A lot of times when you get the 7 of Wands, it's a card that indicates you're willing to fight for something that you care about. And there was a disruption somewhere with the Tower that kind of took them by surprise. I don't know what the 10 of Cups is. Somebody was married. Maybe they were surprised to find out either you were married, or maybe they were married and you found that out, because the King of Swords is an energy that does and can research and investigate, right? He's finding out the truth. He does hold the sword of truth, and there's a book there. So whenever I see that, to me, it's symbolism of knowledge and awareness. And there's just some sort of level of awareness that they came across or they found out. And it impacted them with the Tower energy. They never got a chance to maybe, I don't know, feeling is here, I never got a chance to say goodbye. I never got a chance to speak my truth with you, or to tell you how I felt. There was something that suddenly happened to them, and it could be that that's what maybe the feeling is here broke the situation apart, or broke them away from you. There was something disruptive in their life with the Tower energy, a shock, a change, a sudden change, something that they understood or learned again, or came into awareness about, that shocked them, shattered them. The feeling is here. And because of that, they never got a chance to speak their truth to you. There's some aspect of the situation with you that made them very, very happy with the 10 of Cups. I think they saw you as 10 of Cups material, or maybe you and their connection, especially if it was a love connection. Maybe there was the potential to become the Ten of Cups for each other in that sense. Ten of Cups can talk about life partner energy. So it feels here like they never had a chance to fight for the connection. They never had a chance to see what it could be or what it could become, because of the simple fact that the Tower energy happened in their life and shattered or maybe broke down communication or took them away from you in some way suddenly, unexpectedly. It prevented them from telling you how they felt. And again, King of Swords is a communicative energy. It speaks of information gathering, speaks of information, knowledge, truth, wisdom, understanding, awareness. So I see him as a very communicative energy, intelligent, highly intelligent energy. But it's an energy that will speak up, right? Air, that's what it does. So it would speak up, but it feels like they felt they couldn't speak up. There was something that kept them from speaking up. So it's kind of like, I couldn't tell you how I felt. There was, a situation that maybe didn't allow me to, so I never got a chance to tell you how I felt. You made me really happy. I saw a connection building between us, but I learned something or I found something out in the journey, and it basically kind of destroyed me with the Tower energy, shook up my world, gave me a rude awakening. The feeling is here, and I never got a chance to really tell you that or fight for it fairly. Interesting, fairly, yeah. I guess that's because of the Sword of Truth that's in the King of Swords card. It's giving me a sense of like, I never got to have a fair fight. I never got to fight for you. There was too much stacked against me with the Seven of Wands, is the feeling here. I didn't have a chance, or there was a lot of competitive energy in a way here. So, I mean, on one end, this could be a situation where, somebody was married and they didn't stand a chance, and maybe they found out someone was married. On the other end, they saw you as, obviously that Ten of Cups life partner energy. They could see themselves with you that way, especially if this is romantic. You made them really happy. They loved you that way. But there was something that happened unexpectedly, or something that they learned or found out or whatever, that kind of shook up their world. And it was a shake up to wake up with the Tower, and it changed everything very suddenly and dramatically, to the point where they didn't have a chance to continue in the direction of the Ten of Cups that they were hoping to seek with you, or the happiness that they wanted with you, because there was something disruptive that happened in their life. And the Seven of Wands was like, it's not that I didn't want to fight for you, because, that's what the Seven of Wands does. It doesn't back down from what it wants. But there was something that kind of got in the way, or there was too much stacked up against them. Again, if you look at the Seven of Wands, there's several wands up against the one witch, right? Or the one person. So it feels like there was too much competition, or there was too much stacked up against them, to the point where they really couldn't fight for it, even if they wanted to. It's like, how could I compete? The feeling is here, there was other people involved, because sometimes the Ten of Cups can talk about family, and there's other people fighting against this one person. So it feels like they were being ganged up on, or something like that. I don't know, like if it's a situation where, let's say it's family, maybe there was family members, ganging up on another family member, let's say, and it kind of kept... It kind of ruined the dynamic or something like that, and somebody pulled away. Like that's just an example of what it could be. It could be a friend too. Maybe this was a friend that really loved you, cared about you, but your other friends didn't like them. So it's like, I had to kind of break ties or something like that, because no matter how much I cared about you, no matter how much I wanted to be with you, your friends hated me. Your other friends hated me or didn't approve of me, or something like that. It's that kind of dynamic in some way. There was too much stacked up against them, whether it be people, places, or situations. And they cut their losses, in a sense. They had to kind of take a loss or an L, right? It also, with the Tower, indicates that there was a major shift and change in their life that initiated this disruption in your connection. So not only was it people, places, but it was also things in life with the tower energy, and something that was brought into their awareness. So they never really got a chance to tell you the truth of why they why there was a cutoff or a disruption in the connection or the communication with you. But this is, if they had a chance to tell you, they would tell you that there was a lot of shit going down. There was a lot of things happening. They learned something maybe about you, about themselves, about something in their life that kind of just shifted their perspective, shattered their world a bit. And it was disruptive enough that they kind of just went cold, the feeling is here, where they cut off communication, and they realize now that they should have fought for the relationship because they cared about it, or they should have fought for you or fought for themselves to be with you in some way, because you did with the Ten of Cups make them happy. But they never got a chance to explain why they broke it off, why they cut themselves off, why the connection was fully disrupted the way it was. They never got to tell you the truth of what they learned or what they understood or what they were woken up to. The thing is like, there's a little bit of a feeling of shoulda, coulda, woulda coming from this. Like, I should have fought for you. I should have stuck around. I should have told you the truth. I should have came clean, or I should have explained what happened or what I learned. But I allowed whatever happened to disrupt our connection instead of fighting for it. Okay. So there's a little bit of regret that I'm picking up from this. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Like, if I could do it differently, I would. The feeling is here. Let's see. See if we can get 3 cards. I don't know. Okay, nice. 3. That's all I need. Let's see here. Okay, so financial matters, patience and progress, end of a learning cycle. So this patience and progress energy is feeling like they didn't have the patience. Like, at the first drop of something going wrong, they kind of cut it off or disrupted it in a way. They didn't have the patience to see it through or to fight for it and make the progress that was needed to gain the Ten of Cups energy, which is the happiness in the connection. Right? Maybe they were dealing with maybe a loss of a job. Maybe they were dealing with, possibly financial matters. Maybe their finances were caught up, perhaps in a relationship. They were dealing with that. There's something about physical earthly matters, because finances are earth energy, right? So the feeling is here, there was something they were dealing with on an earthly level that played a role in all of this. And then it's an end of a learning cycle. So the Tower energy does talk about change, transformation, a shift. Sometimes it can come in suddenly, unexpectedly. And it sets you on a different trajectory. And it says end of a learning cycle, right? So it could have been that whatever the Tower brought them, it put them in a position to end the connection, but also learn something from it at the same time. So it's not like the feeling is, it's not like they walked away from it without having learned something. They definitely did, because the Tower will bring in a lesson sometimes, whether you like it or not. And it's only when the dust settles from the Tower energy that you can see what the lesson was. So it's not like they didn't learn something from you, even though they I guess they disrupted the connection the way that they did. Or the way, like, it was basically, how do I explain this? the tower brought them, again, a level of awareness. It brought them a lesson. It showed them something that they needed to see, to learn for their journey. So to me, this connection, whatever it was that you shared, was not in vain, because there was something that they learned in the process of knowing you, connecting with you, loving you with the Ten of Cups, enjoying your energy, right? There was something that they learned from it. And the feeling is here, they had to meet you. They had to connect with you or come into contact with you in order to gain that lesson. And there was something that shifted in them physically as a result of it. So the feeling is here, I want to tell you that, you know, I learned something from this scenario. I learned something in loving you, in meeting you, in knowing you. It showed me that if I want something, I got to fight for it. If it showed me that I have to speak the truth, I have to be open and honest as well. I never got the feeling is here, for some of you, they never got a chance to really convey how they felt. And the way that it ended perhaps taught them that if they want something, they got to fight for it. If they love somebody, they, you know, and they want to keep them around, they got to be willing to fight for the connection and show the other person that it's worth fighting for. And they have to be open and honest with how they feel. Because if they drag it out, or if they don't share how they feel, it kind of can push, it can create combative energy even, and push the other person away. So the feeling is here, for some of you, what they want to say is that you taught me that I need to open up, that I need to be vulnerable, that I need to speak the truth, that I need to be honest, that I need to tell people how I feel when I have them around, and that if I want something, I got to fight for it. Okay, so, or if I want something, I got to at least put in the effort, right? And not give up at the first sign of something going wrong, perhaps. So, okay, what do we have here? Let's see what it says. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. So, yeah, I mean, that's good advice for anybody, right? Especially if this was a connection with the Ten of Cups that was lost suddenly, or it was disrupted in an unfortunate way. And it's basically telling you to find your happiness again. You know, like maybe that's something they're trying to do. Maybe that's something that, you know, as a viewer, you know, you need to do. I think we all need to try to work on finding that joy where we feel it was lost somehow. We got to do the things that bring us joy. We got to find our joy in other ways. Sometimes people bring us joy, but again, the joy should be, right? The happiness is an inside job. So I don't know, there's a little bit of saying here, they're trying to find their happiness. They hope you find your happiness in some way, despite the circumstances that maybe went down between you, right? The feeling is here, I hope that we can find our happiness in some way. Whether, you as an individual find your happiness, me as an individual find my happiness, type of thing. Like, I hope we could all be happy in some way. I hope you're happy is the feeling. Like, I wish I could, the feeling is here, I wish I could tell you that I want you to be happy, you see? They never got a chance to say that they want you to be happy. Or that they wish you happiness and joy and a good life. And the feeling is here, if it's a romantic situation, with the Ten of Cups, like I wish that for you. I wish that Ten of Cups energy for you. I wish for you to find that life partner and that fulfillment, that love that you deserve, even if it wasn't with me, type of thing. So this is what I have for you, pile number 2 viewers. If you feel that this has helped and connected for you in some way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. I like to hear from everybody. Like, share, and subscribe. Click the little bell for notifications. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to take it a step further beyond that to support what I do here on YouTube, maybe consider checking me out on Etsy. The link to my Etsy store is down below in the description box. I make a lot of cool things there by hand on my free time, including crystal jewelry. So pay me a visit whenever you get a chance. I'd love to see you around. Take care and always keep shining. Pile number 3 viewers, you chose Citrine as your crystal for your reading. I'm going to put that there. This is your tarot deck. This is the Christian Hansen Tarot, I believe. Yeah, I believe it is the Christian Hansen Tarot. Anyway, it's an old school deck, but this is a mini version of it. So we're looking at your person. What is it your person never got a chance to say? So let's see. What is it that your person never got a chance to say? One, two. So we can grab one more, and if I need more cards, I will grab from the side. So let's see here. There, let's see. We have the King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. Interesting. All right, I am gonna grab one more because I see basically a divine masculine and feminine here. So I do see a power couple, not gender specific. You could take on either energy. It's you know, I'm just seeing two divine counterparts here. This is definitely a couple. The Three of Cups is a happy energy. It's one of joy, contentment, finding your tribe, right? Your soul family in a way. So I can't help but think that what they never got a chance to tell you was that they saw you and the connection as soulmate, kindred spirit energy. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. They either saw you as the divine feminine and or masculine, but they saw you as a divine counterpart is also what they never got a chance to say. There was something about the connection where you came together and you made each other really happy. You found some kind of, I guess, you found things in common, and there was a vibe there. They never got a chance to say that they could see themselves being stable and happy with you. But I also feel like part of them was also on the fence as far as whether this was just a friendship or not. Because Three of Cups speaks of more friendship, whereas like a Two of Cups would be an energy that's romantic, and it's an energy of partnership and union, right? So even though there is this partner energy here with the King and the Queen as a couple, right? There's an aspect of it that is a friendship as well. So it could be that they were debating whether is this, or are you just a friend, or is this love, or is this a divine counterpart? Maybe they were trying to understand that. Maybe they never got a chance to tell you that they didn't know whether it was just a friendship or something more. But no matter what the case may be, they saw something in you that confirmed to them that you were a kindred spirit to them. You did have a connection. Maybe they never got a chance to tell you that maybe they didn't understand what it was, whether it was a friend or something more, a friendship or something more. Maybe they wanted more than just friendship, and they never got a chance to tell you that. You see what I'm saying? So there's a little bit of like, are we just friends, or are we something more? Like, what is this? Maybe there was some debate on that and some confusion on that. The feeling is here. They were trying to figure that out. Maybe they wanted to be more than friends, but didn't necessarily know how to bridge that gap, you see. But there was a vibe here, and it was a positive vibe. There was an aspect of like equals. We're on the same page. We're on the same wavelength. We vibe, we connect, we have things in common. So they did find a lot in common with you. They did see you as a kindred spirit. There was an energy of like divine counterpart, yes. But there was some aspect of it that maybe with the Three of Cups that was bordering friendship too. And it could be that, you know, for one, the basis of any good solid relationship is friendship. But there's this feeling of, I didn't get a chance to tell you that I wanted to be more than just a friend, or I didn't know where I stood, whether I was a friend or something more. And I didn't know what we were. Were we just friends, or were we more than just friends? That's the vibe here. There's a little bit of confusion about where you and your person stood when it came to the connection. Nonetheless, the feeling is here that they were happy around you. They enjoyed your company. You had things in common, maybe friends and other people in common with the Three of Cups. And there was a joy that they found in your company. So I want to take one more. I want to see what else there is here. Ah, the Emperor. Okay. Interesting. That's a lot of energy of stability for one. Like the Emperor talks about, for one, it can talk about husband energy. Okay. Spouse energy. A solid male figure. Three of Cups can be a three-party situation, and we have three people on the table here in addition to a Three of Cups. So it could be that there was more than one person, you know, it was more than just them, maybe more than just you. But the feeling is here, they wanted more than friends, but there could be something or someone that didn't allow it to go beyond the friendship. So that's all it could be. It feels like I never got to tell you that I wanted to be more than just a friend. I didn't know where I stood with you. I wasn't sure if I was more or less, right? I didn't know where or what I was. I didn't know what my label was. There was other people in the situation with the Three of Cups. Maybe you were already in a relationship. Maybe I was already in a relationship. You know, that kind of thing. Like maybe you were in a relationship. Maybe they were in a relationship. Somebody was in a relationship perhaps that prevented this connection that you shared from becoming more than just friends. However, they felt very happy with you, content with you, secure with you, safe with you with the Emperor energy. And maybe you also, if you're divine feminine, maybe you nurtured them. Maybe you gave them that comfort that they sought. Maybe you were that shoulder to cry on. The feeling is, I never got to tell you how I appreciated that energy, that nurturing, that care that you gave to me, even if the label was just friends. The time spent was valuable. I appreciated you. I valued our connection. The feeling is here, why couldn't it be more? Interesting. Also, Emperor, he's an energy that sets healthy boundaries. It could have been that you set the boundary, maybe they set the boundary, and it couldn't become any more than that. Okay. I'm gonna take one more out of curiosity, okay, to see what else. Seven of Pentacles, that does make sense. It really does. Because the Seven of Pentacles is that energy where you're struggling to make something grow, struggling to make something develop. Maybe somebody was struggling to get out of the friend zone, right? The Seven of Pentacles is that energy where you are trying to make something grow, develop, and become. But you're feeling challenged and you're feeling like you're not seeing the progress or the gains in that situation that you would like to see. And you have to sometimes take a step back, reassess. Maybe that's what they did. Maybe they took a step back, they reassessed and realized, you know what, this is not going to go anywhere. This is not going to reach the kind of level of connection that I want it to reach. So might as well throw in the towel while I can. Because sometimes the Seven of Pentacles is an energy where you're on the brink of throwing in the towel. You're not seeing the progress, let's say, as a gardener, right? He is the gardener. So let's say you're not seeing the progress in the garden that you would like to see, and you're getting frustrated. You want to see your garden bear fruit. But it could be that it's struggling. Even with all your toil, your attention, your energy, it's just not getting where you want it to go. You can, with the Seven of Pentacles, have a tendency to, that energy indicates a tendency to throw in the towel and give up before you get to see your gains. So it could be that they gave up, somebody gave up on the connection or put a boundary up in the connection before it had a chance to develop anything past a friendship. They could have thrown in the towel in some way and decided, what is this all for? And just kind of, I don't know why I'm getting the vibe of like walk away from it. With the Seven of Pentacles there. So yeah, it's about not seeing the progress you want to see. Working on something, toiling on something, or towards something, putting a lot of energy and effort into something, and still not seeing what you want to see become of it. So you get frustrated, and you have a choice with that energy. You could reassess, look at a situation up, down, left, right, center, and say, okay, do I keep going with this? Keep pushing with this? Do I keep trying? Or do I just throw in the towel and say, okay, enough's enough, right? So it could have been that they got to that point in the connection. Maybe you got to that point in the connection. Either way, somebody got to that point in the connection and decided, okay, I guess we're never going to be more than friends, even though I would like it to be, because I see you, the feeling is here, I see you as my divine counterpart. I find joy in the connection. I love being around you, love talking to you, love hanging out with you, love spending time with you. I really enjoy your company. I want this to develop more than, I want it to be more than just a friendship. But there's like a boundary here. Somebody's putting up a boundary with the Emperor, trying to protect their energy, maybe trying to protect their heart, it could be. And the Seven of Pentacles is like trying to break down that wall, right, to see the progress and the gains that it wants to see, but is struggling to. So the feeling is here, I wanted to be more than just a friend, but I couldn't climb your walls in some way. I couldn't climb over those walls or those hurdles or those blockages or boundaries that you put there. Maybe you kept them in the friend zone, and it's like, but I wanted so much to be more than just a friend. So I was getting tired with the Seven of Pentacles, and I couldn't keep up putting my energy into the connection if it wasn't going to yield what I had hoped for it to yield, which was a true, like, divine counterpart energy. Okay. Like they felt that, what they never got to say was that they felt you were their match. Right? And I see that here, King and Queen. But there could have been someone else in the way, right? And that's why maybe there was the friendship barrier that they couldn't cross over, even if they wanted to, because there was somebody else in the picture, perhaps. The Emperor's giving me like a more permanent figure, right? Also, it could have been that, again, this is you and maybe you already had a divine counterpart, right? Over here with these two energies, and then this is them as the Emperor. And even though they wanted maybe something more than just a friendship with you, they were putting the boundary up because they knew you were already in a match, right? And they had to respect that. The feeling is here. And they were trying to protect their heart at the same time. Even though they were giving you energy, it got to a point where they felt they couldn't give much more. Because no matter what, they couldn't, again, cross that barrier. So the thing is that you were good people, right? Like, they saw you as not just anybody. Three of Cups, again, is your soul family. So sometimes there's like an otherworldly energy that comes from the people that we meet. It's like we recognize them on an inherent soul level that way. And that was that is kind of like what they recognized you as. So they recognized you on an inherent soul level as being part of their tribe in that way. And they never got a chance to really say that as well. So let's see if we can get at least 3 cards. Pile number 3 viewers. Centered and balanced. Significant love relationship. Makes sense. Karmic bond. Yeah. Like I was saying, I was getting the vibe that this was not just anyone. Like you were not just anyone to them, and they were not just anyone to you. You guys shared something on an inherent soul level where you recognized each other on a, right? On a maybe spiritual soul tribe level. So definitely could have been a karmic bond. Maybe you were karmically tied to somebody at the time. Maybe they were. Like, I don't know what the scenario was, but somebody was tied up in something or with someone else. That's why we have a 3 of Cups with 3 people on the table, right? So there was a karmic bond tied up in the situation somewhere, and that was holding up the connection from, and it was significant, right? It was significant, from developing any further beyond a friendship. Okay. And this card, centered in balance, is giving me the vibe of the healthy boundary, right? Trying to keep one's cool over here, trying to stay centered and balanced and not lose, right, their heart in the situation as well. That's what that's giving me. It's like trying to stay. The feeling is here, trying to not to lose themselves or lose their heart, and you have to kind of stay in alignment, right, within oneself to kind of see things rationally, logically, obviously. That's the feeling here. It's like, I was trying to stay centered, I was trying to stay balanced, I wasn't trying to lose my shit, I wasn't trying to lose my heart, or lose my mind. In other words, I felt what I felt, but I couldn't act upon it. The feeling is here. I never got a chance to tell you that. I never got a chance to tell you that I wanted to be more than just friends, or I was wondering when I was ever going to know. Like, were you ever going to tell me? Was this ever going to lead to anything more than friends? The feeling is here. I wanted to know where I stood. I was trying to keep my cool. I was trying to stay centered and balanced. Seven of Pentacles, you know, eventually it feels like with that card, they definitely kind of threw in the towel and realized, okay, this isn't going anywhere. This is not going to make the progress, you know, or go in the direction that I hope. So I kind of had to like take an L, walk away, and preserve myself is what the centered and balanced card is giving me with the Emperor. Like, I had to preserve myself because they're, you know, you maybe were in a significant relationship already, or maybe I was in, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know who was in the significant relationship, but somebody was. The feeling is here, I was in a significant relationship, and I had to kind of like make sure I had or kept a healthy boundary based on, you know, me already being in a partnership, right? And or it was you were in the connection, you were in a significant partnership with someone at the time when we were friends, but we had a connection, and I had to try to keep my cool and not overstep boundaries that either you placed or, you know, I had to place to make sure that we didn't cross the line, you see, is what the feeling is, as far as what they wish they never got it. They never had a chance to say this. I didn't want to cross the line. I didn't want to put you in that position. The feeling is here. I had to kind of keep my place or know my place. I had to stay centered and balanced because we could both cross that line and it wouldn't be a good look, you know, that kind of thing. So let's see if we can, whoa, okay, that was easy. I was going to say, let's get a final oracle card. Okay, it says transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Well, the Emperor is a conqueror, right? And it could be that, yeah, maybe this connection put you on a path to transformation. Maybe put them on the path to transformation. Maybe your connection did deepen. Maybe it transformed you. Maybe it transformed them. Right? But I feel with the Seven of Pentacles, they could have continued to invest their energy into it. I mean, maybe let me know in the comment section. Maybe they did. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they didn't. But the feeling is with the Seven of Pentacles, they were kind of giving up and on the verge of throwing in the towel. But had they maybe waited it out, or I don't know, maybe could have had the chance to develop into something else. If, let's say, hypothetically, if you were on the verge of maybe getting out of a divine partnership, had they just stuck it out, you know what I mean? You might have been able to free yourself up, or they might have been able to free themselves up to a point where that you can connect beyond friendship, you see? So again, I don't know what the scenario was, but it says love conquers and transforms all things. Yes, it definitely can transform all things. Part of me thinks with the Seven of Pentacles, they didn't give it a chance to transform. They should have. But that doesn't take away from the fact that your connection, your meeting with the Three of Cups, your coming together changed you, perhaps even changed them. It was perhaps for some of you a karmic situation, a significant love relationship, yes, that put you on the road to transformation. It could have been that this person was a catalyst for your growth in some way. You were a catalyst for their growth in some way. So the connection wasn't lost on you or them, or wasn't in vain in that way if you transformed from it. Like you transmuted aspects of self, perhaps. Maybe even learned how to set a healthy boundary. Maybe learned how to protect your energy. That's possible too. So this is what I have for you, pile number 3 viewers. If you feel that this has helped and connected for you in some way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel if you want to take it a step further to support what I do here. Check me out on Etsy. The link to my Etsy store is down below in the description box. Pay me a visit. I have handmade crystal jewelry there that I make by hand on my free time, including other things. When I get a chance, I tinker with things, I create things, I'm artistic. I do a lot of artsy things. So anyhow, pay me a visit if you want to support my channel further. Much love to you wherever you are. Be well, be safe, take care, and always keep shining.